marriage is a good time to revisit your insurance needs, whether it is your health insurance or your life insurance. And yes, the moment you're responsible for your plus one, having your own health insurance and insurance for other members of your family becomes a crucial part of your financial planning. In fact, many a times we rely on our employer's health insurance and do not have our own health insurance. We've discussed about it in detail in our course Namaste Money 102 Build Your Safety Net, where we are trying to indicate that yes, even where you have your company's health insurance, one, do add your spouse to that, and second, have your own health insurance, because you never know when you're going to change your company or you may want to take a sabbatical, and after your retirement. In these three case scenarios, you may not have a health insurance, and it's better to have your own one so that you are covered properly for any health emergencies. In fact, the recent years have taught us that the health cost and the health viruses are increasing, and it's very important to be covered for any health emergency that may come our way. So it's just not important to have health insurance, it is important to have enough. That is the right amount of health insurance. So we generally advise that the health insurance that you have is dependent upon the city that you're living in and the health costs of the city. So for an individual where you're living in a metro or a tier 1 city in India, then the minimum sum assured for your health insurance should be 10 lakh rupees. Whereas if you're living in a tier 2 city or other cities, then you can have a minimum sum assured of 5 lakh rupees. Now, buying a health insurance can be a cost saving event as a couple. Right? Before marriage, when you're an individual, you would have your own health insurance policies. But after you're married, you can look to save cost by taking a family floater plan. In this case, we've shown that Krish and Ananya have individual health insurance policies, and the total premium that they pay for a cover of 10 lakh rupees each is 18,120 rupees. And when Krish and Ananya go to see a family floater plan, what they do is it's a family policy that covers both of them, and if either of them gets sick and hospitalized, they can claim the sum assured amount. So they go for a policy of 15 lakh rupees with a premium of 13,590. So where you and your spouse have started planning different financial aspects of your life, you can also consider looking at health insurance together. Now, when you're looking at health insurance, as a couple, one of the most important and the gradual progression for a family would be to start family planning and children. So in that case, it becomes very important that you understand the childbirth and maternity clause of your health insurance policies. So certain aspects that you must know is that there is always a limit up to which you can claim the maternity benefits from your health insurance policy, because health insurance or any insurance basically works on the clause of contingencies, and maternity is not a contingency but in most cases a sure shot event. So in that case, there are predefined limits of say 25,000 or 50,000 rupees, only up to which you can claim the hospitalization benefits for maternity. In fact, there is also a waiting period in most insurance policies. So it's not like you get pregnant and you get a health insurance and you can claim the maternity benefits. No, you have to buy the policy at least 2 to 3 years before you start planning your childbirth, and then you may be able to claim it. So it is very important that you go through the maternity clause of the health insurance policies you have and plan accordingly. Now, there are additional maternity expenses which are beyond your hospitalization expenses, like your doctor visits, your medicines, your tests, which run for approximately 9 months, right? And they are not covered under the health insurance. So you can do one thing is you can set up a goal as a maternity goal and start saving an investment for this goal. Also note that health insurance will be required for both the members of the family, whether it's a two states couple or key and car couple. Basically what we are trying to say that is, even where key is a non-working member, you must get a health insurance for her, because if a health emergency comes, there would be a cost associated with it to take care of her. So ensure that you have health insurance for all the members of the family. So it would be interesting to note that where you as a couple are planning to have children in the near future, it is important that you understand and review the maternity claims in your health insurance policies. Now, after your own health and planning for your childbirth, the third thing that one must take care of with respect to health is their parents. Right? If you are responsible for your parents or your in-laws financially, it's important that you check that whether all of them have health insurance or not. So the first thing and a priority would be to get health insurance for them, because any health expense for any family member can put you behind a few years with your financial plan. So it's important that you build this safety net today, where your parents are not able to get a health insurance cover because of their age or any pre-existing diseases or any other such criterias. Then it is important that you set up one of your financial goals as your parents' health corpus, and you start saving and investing towards that goal. In fact, we would advise that in spite of having health insurance where you are solely responsible for your parents or your in-laws, it's a good practice to have some money towards their health corpus, because not every ailment or health issues would be covered under insurance, and having some money for that would only ease you financially. Once you have health insurance and all the family members are covered with it, there are certain things that you must keep in mind, that it's not only about getting the health insurance, but it is also important that every person is aware of how to access the same and claim the benefits which are under this insurance. So you must know how much health insurance you have and how to access the same for yourself, for your spouse, for your parents, for your children. So basically you could have like a family dinner where you discuss about health insurances and other insurances with each other. Keep your health insurance card in your wallet so it is easily accessible. In fact, what we can do is you can quickly pause this video. If you already have a health insurance policy, find that card, put it in your wallet right away. Nowadays, many health insurance companies have their apps. So why don't you just download the app of your company, put in your email ID, and you would get all the insurance details on your phone right away. You could pause the video and do the same. And the last thing is that always disclose any pre-existing health issues that you may have in your insurance policies. This will apply to all insurances, health, life, endowment plans across the spectrum, so that tomorrow when the time comes to claim the policies, it need not get rejected. So as we said, it's just not about getting health insurance for yourself, but get it for your spouse. Discuss about it with each other, include your other family members in the same, and be prepared for any health emergency that may come your way.